Welcome to the Deep Dive. We sift through the information so you get the key takeaways. Today, we're diving headfirst into a concept that honestly sounds pretty powerful. The idea that a simple morning routine can actually fundamentally transform your life. We're talking mindset, health, productivity, even your income. Our focus is The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. Now, we've looked at excerpts from the book, also a helpful video summary, to pull out the real nuggets, our mission, to unpack how this framework supposedly delivers on these big promises. So if you're tired of waking up late, maybe feeling a bit stuck, or just keep hitting snooze on your goals, well, this one's definitely for you.
Yeah, and I think what's really crucial to grasp right away is this isn't just, oh, I need to wake up earlier. It's much more about starting your day with real, deliberate purpose, with energy. It's about building momentum and consciously, actively becoming the person you want to be. You're basically choosing to shape your day right from the get-go.
Okay, so to really get into this, we kind of have to start with the author's story, Hal Elrod's story. It's it's pretty compelling. I mean, he went through some immense adversity, survived a horrific car accident, nearly died, and then later faced, serious financial ruin. So what do you think it was about that level of adversity that pushed him towards daily habits specifically? Like, why habits, not something else?
That's a great question. What's really fascinating, I think, is how his journey forged this specific solution. After trauma, many people turn inward, maybe retreat. But Elrod seemed to realize that actively creating the person he wanted to be through these daily actions was his fastest way back. His conviction really came from that crisis. How you start your day fundamentally dictates how you live your life, full stop. And it's not just about feeling a bit better, it's about intentionally building that person you aspire to be right from minute one of the morning. There's actually research supporting this idea, this identity-based habit formation. It often works better than just chasing an outcome.
Right, building the identity first. So how does he actually, put this into practice? How do you operationalize taking control like that? He gives us this very practical, structured ritual. He calls it the Life SAVERS.
Ah, yes, the savers.
Exactly. These are 6 core habits kind of bundled together as a system, a way to integrate some really effective personal development stuff. So yeah, let's unpack what those actually are. Okay, first up, S is for silence. And this isn't just, sit there being quiet. It's about using stillness purposefully to kind of shift your brain into a calmer, maybe more creative state before all the day's noise hits you.
Right. And there's neuroscience behind that too. Things like meditation, even just deep breathing, can literally start rewiring your brain. Better focus, better emotional regulation.
Okay, good point. Then A is for affirmations. This is where you're intentionally repeating these empowering statements. The idea is to basically reprogram your subconscious beliefs, reinforce who you want to become, internalizing it.
Yeah, making it feel real to your mind.
Then we've got V for visualization. This is where you mentally rehearse your ideal day, maybe even your ideal future life. It's a way to get really clear on what you want and boost your motivation by actually seeing yourself succeed.
Kind of like athletes do before a big game. Mental rehearsal.
Exactly. Fourth is E for exercise. And look, for anyone thinking, oh, great, an hour at the gym before dawn,
I know that thought.
it's not necessarily that. He stresses that even just a few minutes of movement works. Just getting your body moving can activate energy, sharpen your focus, contribute to your health. Doesn't have to be a marathon.
Just getting the blood flowing, waking things up.
Precisely. Following that is R for reading. Simple enough, right? Feed your mind. Knowledge, inspiration. The book really emphasizes that even like 10 pages a day can make a huge difference over time.
Compound effect again.
And finally, the last S is for scribing, which is basically journaling. Writing stuff down. It could be your thoughts, things you're grateful for, your goals, lessons you've learned. It's a tool for reflection and growth.
And if we connect this all together, look at the bigger picture. It's not just 6 separate things you tick off a list. It's really designed as a holistic approach. Hits different parts of personal growth all at once. And that creates this compounding effect.
How so?
Well, think about it. The improved focus you get from silence, the S, probably makes your reading, the R, more effective, right?
Okay, yeah.
Which then gives you richer insights for your scribing, the other S. And that deeper understanding from scribing can then fuel more precise affirmations, the A, and maybe clearer visualizations, the V.
I see. Like a positive feedback loop.
Exactly. It all works together, potentially multiplying the results across the board.
It definitely sounds like a comprehensive toolkit.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, fitting 6 habits into, say, 30 to 60 minutes every single morning, that might sound daunting for some people.
Oh, absolutely. That's probably the #1 concern you hear.
Yeah. What's the biggest misconception there?
The misconception is that you need perfection, or this huge time chunk right from day one. But Elrod really stresses consistency over perfection. That's the goal. You don't have to be a morning person in the traditional sense, or wake up at 5 a.m. Even if you start with just 5 minutes for each savor, or maybe just pick one or two to begin with, the compound effect over weeks and months, that's what can radically shift things. Your mindset, your habits, your whole life direction, potentially.
Okay, so it's adaptable.
Very adaptable. It's really a plug-and-play kind of system. Customize it, shorten it, lengthen it, make it fit your life.
That flexibility is definitely appealing. Now, for those of us who maybe really struggle with the snooze button,
Join the club.
Elrod offers some practical stuff he calls the snooze-proof wake-up strategy. He gives these concrete tips like putting your alarm clock way across the room, so you physically have to get out of bed.
The classic move.
Right. Another one is brushing your teeth immediately, right away. It's a small thing, but it signals day start.
Yeah.
And also preparing your morning space the night before, laying out clothes, having your water ready, that kind of thing. Why are these seemingly tiny tweaks actually so effective at breaking that snooze habit?
It really comes down to two things.
Okay.
Removing friction and establishing cues. Our brains love efficiency, right? So the easier something is, the more likely we are to do it. Putting the alarm across the room forces movement. Boom, sleep cycle disrupted.
Okay.
Brushing your teeth is a routine, almost automatic action for most people. It signals to your brain, okay, we're up, the day's begun, no negotiation.
Right.
And prepping your space, that creates an inviting environment. It reduces decision fatigue, that, "Ugh, what do I need to do first?" feeling. So these aren't just random tips. They're basically psychological hacks. They help automate that shift from sleep to being proactive.
That makes sense. Automating the start. Okay, this kind of brings up a deeper theme from the book, doesn't it? This idea of identity. How do we actually become the person we want to be? Elrod's take is interesting. He argues you can't just wait until you feel motivated or feel ready to change.
Right. The feeling often follows the action, not the other way around.
Exactly. He says you need to start acting like the person you want to become, and then the mindset, the feelings, they'll catch up. So how does doing these savers practices each morning actually help solidify that new identity?
Well, it's all about the signals you're sending to your subconscious mind. Consistently, powerfully. Every single time you choose to engage in these practices, dedicating time specifically for growth, for focus, for intention, you are literally telling yourself over and over, I am in control, I am intentional, I am someone who invests in myself, I am growing.
Like reinforcing a message.
Precisely. And it's not just wishful thinking, it's like behavioral self-programming. Over time, these consistent actions, these signals, they build genuine belief. They build self-trust. And eventually that desired identity stops feeling like something you're trying to be, and it starts feeling like who you actually are. You just embody it.
Wow, okay. And the results people report seem to back that up. The accounts we looked at mentioned things like better focus, noticeably more energy, a clearer mind, often after just a couple of weeks of doing the savers routine.
Yeah, the initial shifts can be quite quick for some.
And productivity apparently increased, not necessarily from doing more stuff, but from starting the day feeling grounded and centered. The scribing habit, the journaling, that specifically seemed to help people track their thoughts, refine goals, stay more positive overall.
That makes sense, getting it out of your head and onto paper.
Yeah. And beyond those personal accounts, there are these really inspiring testimonials too. People using this exact routine to transform relationships, overcome depression, lose weight, seriously boost their careers.
It's quite a range of impact.
It really is. So beyond the individual power of each saver habit,
Yeah.
what do you think is the core shift happening that leads to such widespread positive changes?
I think the absolute core shift is moving from being reactive in the morning to being proactive. Think about the default for many people. Wake up, grab the phone, maybe doom scroll, rush around, maybe dread the day ahead.
Yes, sounds familiar.
You're essentially letting the outside world or just your grogginess dictate how your day starts. You're reacting. With this approach, you wake up intentionally, calmly, focused. You're in control. You choose to, metaphorically, fill your own cup first.
Before pouring out for everyone else.
Exactly. And that fundamental shift in control, in intention, it just ripples outward. It influences every other decision, every interaction you have all day long. Because when you start the day grounded, feeling capable, the inevitable stresses or curveballs, you just meet them differently, with more resilience, maybe more clarity, more optimism. It changes the whole tone of your day.
So at the end of the day, the core message of the Miracle Morning seems simple, but yeah, potentially really transformative,
Yeah.
basically. When you win the morning, you set yourself up to win the day.
Absolutely. And it really underscores that fundamental philosophy. Small, consistent daily habits, they truly do add up. They accumulate into profound lifelong change.
So knowing that, knowing your morning can really set the tone for your entire life. Here's something to think about. What's just one small, intentional habit you could introduce into your day, starting tomorrow, to begin building the identity of the person you genuinely want to become?